Right, Matt, ride diagonally through these cones, park yourself in the parking bay of your choice. Take your time. Good. Lovely. And when you get there, make your bike safe and climb off. Well done. Lovely. Same rules apply to you without holding onto the strap. Use the heel of your hand to push against the hump of the seat, holding the bike as upright as you dare. Don't forget your checks before you set off. That's it, straighten the bars up. Sometimes it's easier with both hands on the handlebars to straighten the bars up. So I would tend to go like that and then move my hand over. Does that make sense? Okay, take your time. Remember, there's absolutely no speed requirement or time requirement on this. You just take your time. Very nice, well done. Even if you slightly misalign it and you need to do a little bit of forwards, backwards, that's fine too. You won't, I'm just saying, you know, it's absolutely fine. Good, on you get. Start it up. Slalom into your figure of 8. Remember, first gear, 5 to 6 miles an hour, looking at the gaps between the cones for your slalom. Keep it smooth. Be aware that if you're too close to the cones on your right hand side, the crash bar sticks out further on your right than it sticks out on the left because of the exhaust. So you have to be a little bit careful with this bike. It's slightly fatter on the right. Slalom into your figure of 8. Keep it fast and wide, so 7 miles an hour at least, and don't be afraid to use the width, which is the second tarmac line running off the end of the white line. Just keep doing your figure of 8 until the examiner calls you over to one side or the other. Well done. Good, take it out and wide, don't try and do it too tight. Turn your head, look through the middle. Turn your head. Keep your speed up. You lent it over quite a lot there. If you lean a lot, you need to give it more power so that it doesn't want to drop. Good, turn your head early. Speed, power, go on, go on, go, go, go. If you slow down at that moment, it'll drop. Just try and keep that speed steady now. Turn your head. Keep the speed steady. Don't tuck into the cones, you're getting tighter. Keep it wide. Keep your speed steady, keep it wide. Keep speed up, you're taking the power away. Keep that power on, keep the power on, turn your head. Well done, don't grab your brake though. Okay, if you find that your foot comes down, the worst thing you can do is grab your front brake. Keep it rolling until you've got your balance. Alright, so if you try and do it too tight or too slow, and that was a really tight turn, you just whack the steering over, it wants to drop, and it wants to drop very quickly, doesn't it? So keep your speed steady, at a nice steady 7 miles an hour, and keep it wide and away from the cones. That's better. Keep it wide, come out and away, so keep coming out towards the second tarmac line. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Nope, too early. Okay? It's going to make it hard for you to come back in again. Keep it in a big, wide 8. You're drawing 2 great big fat circles. At the moment, you're drawing a squashed-sided circle and a big circle on the other side. So come out and away. That's better. Good. Turn your head. Doesn't matter if you go around the first yellow, but stay tight to it without going close to the other one. Now hold your speed steady, look at the cone on your left and lean. Keep the power on. Turn your head, look through the middle. Power. Lean. Don't get too close to that cone. Look at the cone on your left, draw a big circle around it. Good. Look at the cone on your right, draw a big circle around it. Keep it wide. Good. So the words you're going to remember are
Wide.
and
Power.
good. Fast and wide. Look at the cone, look at the middle of the cones. Look at the cone, look at the middle of the cones. Fast and wide. Too slow, too tight, your foot will come down. Okay, and that's a fail. Right then, slow ride in a straight line, no more than 4 miles an hour, stopping with your front wheel in the box. Good, well done. Nice. Got chin. That's it, lovely. Very nice. Okay. U-turn, shoulders, balance, shoulder check and turn. Remember, you want to be looking where you want to land, and it needs enough power to bring it around. So again, if you feel the bike starting to drop, it needs a little bit more power to pick the bike back up again. Like I said to Nathan, about 5 to 6 miles an hour by this tarmac line here is very, very useful. Okay, off you go when you're ready. Good, look at where you want to land. Good. It was quite quick, but it was under control just. Okay, no quicker than that. That was probably more like 7 to 8. All right. Also, be a little more delicate with your rear brake. Did you feel it go "Whoa" just before you stopped? Good, because it did. You eased off and then you finished it properly, which was nice. Just gave it a little bit too much too soon, but well done. Good, let's do the controlled stop. So third gear, all the way up to the far left corner, enter the bend in third gear between the red cones and the blue cones. Follow the red cones around, keeping them on your left, exiting the bend between the red cones and the blue cones. Straight down the middle of the reds and the yellows, the reds. Normal braking, stop with your front wheel in the box. Very good, well done. Excellent. Let's do another U-turn. Remember, there's only one on the day. This wouldn't be a U-turn on the day, but you can do another one. Well done. That was lovely. Well done. Don't mind that your foot came off, because you had actually stopped before your foot came off. That was really, really nice. That was very smooth, very controlled, and your braking was beautiful, so well done. That's what we're looking for. I mean, the first one you'd have passed anyway. It's just that one, you're actually under control properly. Very nice. Right, we are going to do the emergency stop. For your emergency stop, third gear before you enter the bend, about 20 miles an hour around the bend, keeping the clutch fully out. You're going to be accelerating towards the speed trap once you're out of the bend. Shortly after the yellow cones, my hand will come up. That's when you start your braking process, and the first thing you're going to be doing is, good, rolling off the throttle gently, don't whack it off. Okay, then you're going to be using the, good, front brake with a little bit of rear brake, well done. And again, starting nice and gently, so remember it's not a oop, but it's a gentle squeeze like you're normally using your front brake, but then once you've started braking, squeeze it more and more and more and more and more, all the way through to the stop. We're not easing off the front and finishing off with the rear as we do on the road. We're going to squeeze it all the way through to the stop with that little bit of rear brake added in, and also What's the other thing you need to do? Good, pull the clutch in, well done. Remember, it doesn't matter if you forget to pull the clutch in and you stall, so long as your stop is good, your braking's good, and the bike remains under control as you're stopping. Okay, 50 kilometers an hour is your speed requirement, about 30 to 35 miles an hour, but don't look at your speedo. Just be nice and positive with your throttle as you're coming out of the bend, or once you're out of the bend, sorry, towards the speed trap. You'll be there or thereabouts. Still get 2 goes to meet the speed requirement. So if you don't meet it the first time, he'll ask you if you want to have another go. Okay, once you've stopped, remember you need to think about the fact that you've probably stopped in 3rd gear. Sort yourself out, give yourself time to think about your safety checks. And also remember, if you activate the ABS by accidentally grabbing the front brake or stamping on the rear, you keep braking and it will do its job. You will know if you've activated it because you'll feel it through the levers and it'll sound a bit noisy. It'll feel pulsy under your levers. Are you happy with that? Okay, let's give it a go. Very nice. That was lovely. That was 46 kilometers an hour, so you're just under the speed requirement, but your braking was beautiful. So we'll give it another go. You just need a little bit more speed in between the bend and the speed trap, but the braking itself was very smooth and very progressive. That was really good. Well done. Take your time. Nice. If you want to stop in the box, you can practice another U-turn. May as well make the maximum use of the time on the area. Lovely, well done. Good. If you want to, you can go a little bit further forwards before you start to turn, because you're almost running out of space for finishing your stop, and I'm almost putting yourself under a bit too much pressure. But it was good, well done. Okay, so another emergency stop when you're ready. Very good. That one's 49 kilometers an hour. That's one where you'll pass but get a fault for being just under the 50, but that's fine. We don't mind about those faults. Very nice. Well done. Good braking. Look how short you've stopped. Really good. Okay, bring it down when you're ready. Good. U-turn when you're ready. Good. Okay. So that one, you got really close to the line. I'm not quite sure if you touched it or not. If you touch the line with your tyre, it's a fault. If you go over the line with your tyre, that's a fail. If you touch it with your foot, it's nothing, it's the curb. Okay, so don't worry if on the day you get a little bit too close to it and you're not sure whether you've touched it or not. If you're 100% certain you've gone over it, then fair enough, you know you've failed. However, even if you have failed, the examiner will continue to do the rest of the test with you so that you get a practice under test conditions. Use the time with the examiner to actually use the area with him. Let's do one more emergency stop. Try and get your speed up just a touch more. Good, well done, that was plenty of speed. I even put my hand up a bit early because you're going quite quickly. That was 52, very nice. Excellent. Okay, take your time, bring it down, do another U-turn when you're ready. Lovely. Try and remember that your second lifesaver, so once you've done these 2 shoulder checks, that right lifesaver needs to be very obvious for the examiner. I've definitely done a lifesaver. Now I'm going to look at where I want to land. I wasn't sure on that one whether you did one or you didn't do one. So shoulders balance, shoulder check. Ooh, I'm doing one, Mr. Examiner. Here it is. Turn. Very good. Okay, we're going to do the avoidance now. So for your avoidance, same procedure, 3rd gear before the bend, about 20 miles an hour around the bend. And as you're coming out of the bend, or once you're out of the bend, sorry. So once you're out of the bend, you're going to accelerate towards the speed trap, which is the metal bar between the red and the yellow cones. A little bit more this time. because at the speed trap you're going to be rolling off the throttle. So because your speeds are relatively low, don't listen to this, your speeds were plenty. Because your speeds were relatively low, you need to accelerate just a touch more on the approach to the speed trap, so that when you get to the speed trap and you're rolling off the throttle, you're still above the threshold. Okay, so you're still above the 48 kilometers an hour, which is the one you need to be above. So a little bit more power towards the speed trap. When you meet the speed trap, or as you go through, off the throttle, start to lean. Push away on your right bar to bring the bike between the two blue cones, and then push away on your left bar to bring the bike back on line, so you're stopping somewhere between these two blue cones. Only somewhere between the cones, it doesn't have to be exact, it's not the front wheel, the rear wheel, it's just somewhere between the cones. Happy with that? Lovely. Off the throttle. Don't worry about coming in, I don't mind where you stop so long as it's under control. Well done. Right, so remember the bit about coming off the throttle at the speed trap. It really helps because it shortens the wheelbase of the bike and you can actually move the bike where you want it to go. If you're still on the throttle, it's very difficult to do the push and the push. Alright, don't worry about that. Let's do it again. It was 48 as you came through the speed trap, that was fine. Okay, you just needed to actually roll off. Have a slow practice if you want. I don't mind if you don't get anywhere near the speed requirement. Just practice the line that you need to take and the method of doing it. So a little bit of speed up, and then rolling off the throttle, lean, push, and push. That's it. I didn't even judge your speed on that one because I knew it was going to be under, alright? So now you've got the idea of what you're going to be doing. Let's do it again. Beautiful. That was good. 48. So that's a pass with a fault. Don't care about the fault. Awesome. Let's do it again. Well done. Very nice. Really smooth. 49. That's fine. Wait. We're going to do it in the other direction now before you get carried away. So we're going to do it in the other direction. So pretend you've done the entire of your test riding the bend in that direction. So you're going to go over to the far right corner, ride the bend in that direction, same procedure, accelerating towards the speed trap, off the throttle at the speed trap, pushing away on your left bar first, this time to come between the two blue cones, which will be on your left, and then stopping between those two blue cones, which will be slightly over to the right. Okay. Beautiful. Very nice. It was only at 47. 47 is the one where it says to you that was just under the speed requirement. Would you like to do it again? But your line and everything, the procedure, perfect. Just need a little bit more power on the approach to the speed trap. So let's turn the bike around. Remember what I said to Nathan here about the white line being over to the left? So as you set off for a U-turn, we'll do a proper U-turn. Make sure you use the full width before you then start to turn. It's ever so slightly more uphill here as well, so you need a tiny bit more power bringing it around the turn, as Nathan found out. Good. Power, lean, power. Good. It's just got a tiny bit more of gradient. That's nice. Well done. Same avoidance landing here, so far right corner. Very good. Your first one at 50. Very nice. That was really good. Well done. You're not going to have a problem with that at all.